There come a time in the life of every individual where he has to select his spouse. Sometimes parents do the selection, sometimes young people. And what is the guidelines that Islam has given us in this regard? Nabi Karim had said, Tunkahul mar'atu li'arba'in. A woman is married because of one of four reasons. This is a criteria many a times people use to select a bride, to select a wife. لِمَالِهَا وَلِحَسَبِهَا وَلِجَمَالِهَا وَلِدِينِهَا. Sometimes they do so on the basis of wealth, sometimes family, background, sometimes beauty and attractiveness, and sometimes deen. فَاسْفَرْ بِذَاتِ الدِّينِ. And be successful by choosing your spouse on the basis of conduct and character and deen. It doesn't mean that you don't take other aspects into consideration. However, making that the sole criteria without looking at the most important criteria, which is akhlaq, conduct and piety, is most foolish. For example, beauty is no doubt one consideration. Nabi Karim has made mention of it as a consideration. However, beauty is something that does not last forever. It is subject to the vicissitude of time. And it is the piety, the conduct and the character that shines through at the end of the tunnel, which you have to live with. And therefore you have to make this as one of the primary criteria with regard to the selection of a spouse. If someone says that this is with regard to a man or the family members of the groom looking for a wife, what about Islamic guidelines with regard to a daughter or their parents looking for a prospective husband? Hazrat Hassan radiallahu ta'ala was one day asked by a person, he said, I got a daughter, who should I give her in marriage? And he gave such a beautiful reply. He said, give her to someone who has a fear of Almighty Allah. If he loves her, obviously he will be just to her, he will treat her kindly. And if, for example, there are certain issues in the marriage which might rise from time to time, then his fear of Allah would not allow him to abuse her and to treat her unjustly. And I think that is such a beautiful advice. So these are some of the advices that we have been given with regard to the selection of the spouse. And we make dua, رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. May Allah Ta'ala grant each and every one spouses and children which are compatible in the coolness of people's eyes.